everybody, welcome back to the channel and more Blood and Plunder as we work our way through more of the unaligned characters here. Today we're taking a look at Cornelius Reers, another pretty high-costed character here at 30 points. Very much a character geared for naval combat, which we'll get into in just a moment here. But let's take a look at what we get for our 30-point investment. So specifically, he is for the Brandenburg Privateers. Comes with a brace of pistols and standard melee weapons, so we're a-okay with that. Also has the excellent 12-inch command range and the all-important third command point, which will come in handy for inspiring, among other things, of course. Speaking of which, we get 3 abilities as well, and all pretty good. 2 of them are very much geared towards naval combat, so let's jump in there. Commodore, it's been a while since we've seen that in our review series here, but very good for fielding in like larger games, right, where we're going to have multiple ships. So basically when the commander is aboard a ship, his command range gets increased by 12 inches when giving command actions to other ships, right? So increased by 12, so basically 24, right, with what he's got. So, and again, larger games with multiple ships helps us stay a little bit further apart. We don't have to bunch up, risk getting into bad situations, maneuver-wise, collisions, etc., right? So Commodore, always a welcome one if we're going to be fighting on the water. Then, really paired with that, there's always Broadside, but he actually has Expert Broadside, which is kind of like the upskilled version of that. And just a fantastic one to have, really should help you with your damage output, basically. So all artillery fired during his activation can be fired simultaneously, which helps fish for crits, right? We're essentially making one massive attack there, and crits are going to be one of the best ways that we deal with enemy ships, because we're not just going to cause damage, we're going to ruin their ship in many fun and creative ways, like fires, floods, damaging their sails, rigging, steering, etc. So all kinds of good stuff. But where it gets better than just regular broadside is if we roll a 1 for any critical or lucky hit that's scored during the broadside, we can actually re-roll that to, again, hopefully get a better result. All pretty neat stuff. And again, anytime we get free re-rolls of any kind in this game, always going to take that. That means we don't have to spend things like fortune and other types of resources in other situations to get us these re-rolls. So good stuff there. And then last but not least, let's not leave home without some form of inspiring. So he's just got the regular version there. But all friendly units within the command range of this commander may re-roll any failed rally test results when the commander's unit is active. So keyword versus like very inspiring, but while his unit's active. But that being said, we have 3 command points to dole out, and if we do need to bring in some rally rolls to keep the force fighting as optimally as possible, well, great, we get 3 command points a turn, and basically rerolls for free. Again, we're not spending other resources to either roll again or like burning a fortune point on things like this. Inspiring really will extend the mileage of our force, keep us in the fight as long as possible. So all in all, pretty neat little character here. Nothing too fancy, right? Just a good solid combination of abilities and stats to go with it. He's got the brace, he's got the melee weapon, so with whatever we have access to in the privateer list, right, we can stick him in the appropriate unit for what we want to do, the size of game we're going to play, and then really just maximize what he can do for us. So he's not going to necessarily make his own unit better, like we've seen with some of these characters here that we've looked at recently, like Hamlin, for example, or Francisco Diaz Velho, but just a good solid commander. He's going to buff basically his force, and he's going to be pretty good with whatever we stick him in, and then from there hopefully we'll demolish the enemy. Now obviously he's going to be a little bit less effective on land, but inspiring is going to be great no matter what. But obviously he's going to come into his own on the water. So let us know, guys, if you've run Cornelius Reers, how that's gone in your games, or if you've come up against him and how that has fared. Be sure to like and subscribe. We will have more Blood and Plunder soon as we get to the final set of characters. Thanks so much for watching.